So, here are the biggest questions when it comes to content marketing. Why does the content that gets tons of likes and comments does not make more money than the one with a few likes? And why do some influencers with more than 10,000 followers are still broke, while the ones with a few hundreds only make a fortune? And how come the content that is so good still cannot convince people to buy while the simplest one can? Well, today, people are obsessed with the number of followers, likes and comments whenever they put out the content. And the truth is, those things are what makes people broke. So how do these successful marketers create content that generates money? Those are the questions, and on this podcast, you'll find the answers. I'm your host, Ashraf, and you're listening to Content Marketing Hacks. Wow, congratulations, by the way, for getting all these amazing people in your show.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you have all these amazing entrepreneurs, and you have entrepreneurs who is doing Facebook marketing, who is doing the six-figure launch, who is doing the high ticket offer, sending high ticket offer, right? And who exactly do you target? Actually, it's kind of like, it's not really clear to me, because these are all people who has their own expertise, and what kind of criteria that you pick in each one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So are you talking about when I reached out to them for the interview? Is that what you mean?
No. I mean, like, how did you choose your Dream 100 list specifically?
Okay. So how I really built my Dream 100 list is I wanted to make sure what are the things that I really do, or what are the things that are essential in the market, and who are the people who are the best in that stuff. Because if you see my book, there are different chapters, different topics, different experts. But if you notice one thing, everything is kind of like interrelated with each other. Well, even though if you're doing affiliate marketing, you can do high ticket affiliate marketing. If you do affiliate marketing, you need to know how to build good offers. Let's say if you're selling an affiliate product, you have to understand, let's say, what's the content structure of it, how to make good content. Let's say if you are a product owner, if you want to recruit affiliates, you have to understand how to recruit good affiliates. So everything is kind of related with each other, and everything kind of is as well. So I wanted to have a different aspect and a different people who are really good into it, because everything is related to each other, whatever you really do. Even if you're a health market, you need content, you need high ticket, sort of value ladder or sort of stuff. You need to have a process launch. You have to understand how to build your audience, how to turn that content into profit. So everything was related for me. So for my understanding out there, what I really thought about building my Dream 100, who are the people that is related to what I really do, or what is related to what the market I am in, and let's focus on those people and build it as a list, because there are people gonna understand what I talk about, and my people really know who they are or what they talk about. So that's how my criteria came up for my Dream 100 list. Even at the moment, I have like 80 to 90 people in my list, not complete 100. You don't need 100 people in your Dream 100. It could be 10, it could be 20 in the initial start. It could be 5 as well. But yeah, later on, you add on these people.
Wow, that's actually 80 is a pretty good list. It's pretty big. Yeah,
it is.
And
it is pretty big.
Yeah. I personally only have like 30 to 40 just to be a guest on my show, right?
And it's still good, by the way. Yeah, it is. Like, here's the thing. Like, you have to understand one thing. Like, even I have like 80 people in my Dream 100 list. There are 55 of them I got on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the rest of the people started to add gradually. You don't need to sit down and list down all of your Dream 100. There are going to be some people in your journey that you're going to realize that these are the people that are worth to follow, worth to watch content, worth to build a relation. You have to understand what that particular relation is really worth. So you have to understand the worth factor into it.
Yeah. I see. So I remember I read your book, and the first chapter you talk about how you started with online marketing. You started selling OFA challenge, and you got 2 months free of ClickFunnels, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
and I remember you said you sold, you gave, you trade with a guy who was, how do I say this? Okay, so the first commission you got was from
Yeah.
OFA challenge, right? So
True.
you said that you trade a free course, Facebook ads course with him, right?
Yeah. So let me explain how that thing really happened. How that actually happened was, there was a guy who needed a Facebook ads course, and I was in,
Okay.
I was kind of in a kind of a mastermind, or like a free mastermind or something like that. They provided me bonus offers. Bonuses that you can go in and provide as an offer when someone buys something from you. So it had an awesome Facebook ads course, and from a guy who already spent $2 to $3 million on Facebook ads. So when that person needed the
Mhm.
Facebook ads course, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna provide you this as a bonus for free, even though that's worth $500, which it was for when you buy one funnel away challenge from me. And
Mm.
he was like, okay, why pay $500? Let's get it for $100 kind of. It was really offer. It
Wow.
wasn't like a brag for having a value of it, and it wasn't valued at that. It was valued
Yeah.
at $500. So that very first commission was $100, and I was like out of the world. So yeah,
Okay. Wow, that's nice. And what did you do with the 100 at that time? $100 at that time. What did you do with
I
that?
haven't I haven't spent anything at the moment, because ClickFunnels take like 45 days. I had to give you your first commission. So within that
Uh huh.
typical period of time, it I got like 3 sales in that exact same month. It was $300. So when I got $300 finally after like around 45 to 60 days in my bank, I was like, okay, the very first investment what I did, I got ClickFunnels. Now I was like, okay, I have $300. I can use ClickFunnels for almost like 3 months. Let's see, and
Yeah.
let's have a look and see like if ClickFunnels is gonna work for me or not. And from ever since I'm using ClickFunnels, I'm paying for ClickFunnels every single month. So that was my very first investment I had in my mind, using ClickFunnels, and I used it, and I never stopped using it ever since.
Wow. Wow. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. And all right. So you start with selling that course, okay? And how did you get started with affiliate marketing? Because right now you have a group of affiliate marketing, right? And you're also teaching people how to dream 100 people. So
Yeah.
when did you start affiliate marketing? When did you start dream 100? Which one did you start exactly?
So I started, in the initial start, I started with ecom, when I started in 2018. But in January, when I
Yeah.
got into sort of ClickFunnels world, I was more attracted to affiliate marketing, because I was watching other people getting those orange bars. So I wanted to make an affiliate commission. I wanted to make money. And even when I got ClickFunnels for free for like 2 months, I was using ClickFunnels with an intention of promoting ClickFunnels as an affiliate and making my first commissions. So I remember there was a time when I ran a solo ad, and there was one of my really good friend now. I reached out to him. I was like, man, I used solo ads. It didn't work for me. How can I make money? How can I run paid ads? I was super frustrated, super desperate, because I wanted to make my first $100. He said to me one thing, which
Mm.
now makes complete sense. It's like, man, you have to build a skill, then you build an audience to monetize that skill. He said something similar to it, and I was like, hey man, I was super frustrated. I was like, tell me the stuff. Even though that was harsh at that moment, it was fact. And later on, I started to understand those stuff. So I started doing affiliate marketing. I still do it, by the way, but I do other things as well, especially the Dream 100 stuff. But I started with affiliate marketing, especially, and then in 2020 last year, I started to teach Dream 100. So kind of like almost uh, yeah, kind of almost like
Oh,
more than 1 year sort of a difference out there.
wow. That's cool. I never knew that, you know. In fact, I actually recently just know that you are also into the affiliate marketing. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And so, I want to know what was the mistake that you made when you are dream 100 people.
Yeah. So, yeah, for myself personally, the mistakes that I really made is, first of all, for some people really are not your Dream 100. You know what I mean? You don't have to, someone who have a big audience it doesn't mean it have to be in your Dream 100 out there. The people who really align what you are about or what your understanding is should be your Dream 100. When you create your Dream 100 list out there, you have to make sure you have to create a not to do Dream 100 list as well. When I started to do show, and I started to understand that, hey, I have my own authority, especially I have my own criteria now. What are the people I need to get on my show, even though if they're 7-figure or 8-figure earner? There are some people out there I said no, or there are some people who I haven't reached out to them. Why? Because they're not my Dream 100 list. Not everyone is. Not everyone aligns how you think. Not everyone aligns how you talk about stuff. So you have to follow those people who aligns in your way where you want to lead to. Not everyone is going to be your Dream 100. So that was the very first mistake. Then I started to eliminate some people out there. I really did. I'm super glad that I really did that, because they don't really care about you. They care about themselves. They care about what money they make. And that's okay for them. But it's not just about money. You are here to make money. That makes sense. But it's not just making money. It's not like that.
Yeah.
So create a not to do Dream 100 list as well. Create a list of people you really don't want to Dream 100. Because there are so many influencers, you have to make sure who you follow. And the second mistake that I really made is, again, that's the exact same thing. Sometimes when I really started out, I was like asking right away for them to promote something like that. You don't have to do it right away. It happens with a certain moment, certain time it really comes. So being good at least timing, but do ask. I asked when I got a coaching call with Dana. I asked with him to be on my show. Okay, so I asked Dana when I got in a coaching call with him to be on my show. When I asked, if I haven't asked him, he would have been the part of my show. He would have done that training in my masterclass. But I really asked, and I really know that he is my Dream 100. So understand who's your Dream 100 is, understand who's not your Dream 100, and understand what is the time where you have to ask any particular person. So these are the kind of mistakes that I really did. Now I'm like, I know where to hold myself, where to ask myself. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, that's cool. And I want to know what kind of mistakes that your students make, the students that purchase your Dream 100 Masterclass. What kind of mistakes that you see that they did?
Yeah, so like for me being, I teach people how to do Dream 100 by using show itself. So now if I'm a host and if I have done like so many interviews, I kind of have like host vibes. So even though if I get on any show, I know what that person really doing, or I really know how that person is leading things to the flow, or if that thing really gonna make sense or not. So one of the common mistakes what some of the people who are the part of my masterclass do is they're not consistent. They know they have to. Like even today, I was talking with some of my students, and they were like, they literally said that we know that this works. We have to be more consistent to it. So they are not consistent in doing shows. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what frequency you do. It doesn't matter if you do 2 a week, 1 a week, 3 times a week, once a month. I don't suggest once a month, but like once a week is a good number. But you have to stay consistent with it. That's how you create existence. That's how people understand you have a show that exists. How people know about it that I have a show outside of what I do. It's because I was consistent. I was doing consistently. So that consistent part is something that they really lack, and I push them every single day. I was like, why are you really waiting? Because I want to be a person out there who really push them up to do that implementation part, because I know if that thing works, I want to show them how this works, but I want to let them know, hey, you have to do the stuff. So yeah, I think being consistent is something that's huge that they really miss out, and yeah, that's the thing. There are some of my students who really got like some awesome guests on their show. They got Marley, they got Catherine, they got Steve Larson. These are really good people on their show. It means that they've been able to build some pretty good relations with them as well. One of my students also got Dave Woodward on his show as well. So the next part comes on them building relation, and I can tell them how to do it, but they have to do it. It's their due diligence, So yeah, that's a kind of mistake that they really make, and I let them know, hey, don't do it.
Oh, nice. And all right. So what is your advice to the people that doesn't have a show? that wants to dream 100? Is there a better way to do that?
I suggest them build a show. That's the very first thing. And I kind of proved that like many times, because how you can really, attract those people to even notice you. How that gonna really happen? It's gonna happen. Okay, you're providing value that makes sense, but how that really happens that it's gonna make sense for them to even like bother to spend the time with you. When you're doing an interview, you're really spending a time that you probably pay hundreds or even thousands, in general. So when you're really spending that time, you're literally leveraging that thing out there as well. So some people who don't have a show, or some people who have who kind of start out and do interview lives and just do interview lives, and they don't name it as a show. First of all, name it as a show, because that name creates your brand around your show itself, and then do it in a frequency based consistently, and do it. If you don't do it, it's gonna be like you do it 1 week and next week you don't do it and you have a gap for the next week. If you had the intention of doing it like every single week and you haven't done that, you're really missing that thing out. And if you understand that really Dream 100 is the thing of how you can really leverage those relations, because relations are the key. Social media are, again, sort of go and go on side of stuff. I got Facebook slap last year. I know how it feels like. And I always say that when you're on a platform and when you went out and people don't even knew that you existed, you didn't have an audience. You build an audience, and how you build an audience is by any means, by your content or by your distribution channel, by your show. People have to feel when you get out of the stuff, they have to feel your existence. If they don't feel, you pretty much don't exist in the space right now, So yeah, that is what my take is. Build a show, name it as a show, do it consistently. That's really going to help. You're going to let me know about that as well, if you know how to do it.
Yeah. You are the living proof of publish for a year. The quote that quote, publish for a year and come back to me, and I don't remember the quote.
But, Russell kind of said, publish for 365 days and your life gonna change. That's what he said.
Yeah. Okay, that thing. Wow, you are the living proof of that. I really applaud you for that. So to all listeners, please publish the show. Okay, make your own show or anything, right? It's really crucial though. And and RJ is the living proof. Yeah. So we are close to the end today. What's your final takeaway that our listeners can really get from our chat here?
I think, guys, just don't compare yourself. Okay, don't compare. When you start to compare and your comparison kills your creativity, you have to think about that particular thing. Okay, even in this complete conversation we had, we talked about like so many entrepreneurs who are like 7-8 figures. When you get into this particular circle, even though you're not making that much, you start to compare yourself with them, which you shouldn't, or you're not supposed to. Those people who are making 6 figures a day, 6 figures a week, 7 figures a month, or 7 figures a week, they have spent a lot of time. They have spent decades of doing that particular stuff. It's not rich quick scheme. It's not happen like the very next day. And if you're not getting motivated by watching someone else getting results, unfollow that person out of respect, because you're not in a state of mind you're happy or motivated by watching someone else getting results. So don't compare. That's the last thing I want to say.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing that's the hardest thing to overcome, because as most people start, they always see someone like they always want to compare, and don't compare. How do we make a mindset of not comparing ourselves?
I think here's the thing out there. I'm not gonna say how you can because everyone faces everything every single day. Like I face it as well, because when my circle grows, I have to cope up with that. I have to make sure I focus on my stuff. So how I really do it, I unfollow that monetary sort of stuff. People, income screenshot, their Lambos. I make sure that I'm not that person. If I have to watch that, if I have to watch any of them content, I just go in and search. Remember, I can go in and search and watch their content. First of all, don't watch their content. And second thing, try to get that in your mind that those people are already into the space. One of the biggest newbie mistakes they make is they get into the space, they are watching other people making money, and they compare why just understand they are before you. They have learned all those things that you need to learn, and now you have to learn and to do it. The last thing, you are in your own journey. Okay, someone in their 20s, someone in their 30s, someone in their 40s, even married yet. Some people are single. You're on your own journey. Set your own goals. Set your own expectations. Set your how you really want to do it. So these are typical 3 ways I really try to do it on my own self. Hey, let's say I'm doing something out there, they're probably saying, no.
Wow.
I have a show, some people don't even have it. I have those connections, some people don't even have it. I have a book. Many people don't have it away. And the way you do it is acknowledging yourself, where you are at the moment. So yeah, that's how I overcome.
Wow, love that, brother. So you have a book now, and who is this book for?
Yeah, the book, which is Decades in Days, I think it's a book for every entrepreneur who is starting out or are in the intermediate phase of building their business online. So the subtitle of the book itself says everything. Learn from decades of experience of successful entrepreneurs on how to build yourself and your business online. So it is for the people who are starting out or in the middle phase. One of the guy asked me a really good question. He said, will a $10 million per year person is a good fit for reading this book? I said, yes, kind of. Not every chapters, but there are guys like, let's say, Dave Woodward. There are guys like Shakir Hussain who are making a lot of money and they know a lot of stuff. Let's say for Dave Woodward, he's CEO of ClickFunnels. It's $1 billion company. So he really knows culture more. He really knows systems more. He really knows how to handle all of those things. So not every chapter of the book, but they can absolutely learn from the book itself.
Nice. Okay, so now that people know who is this for, how about who is this not for?
This is not for the people who think they knows everything.
Yeah.
Easy criteria.
That's awesome.
I think, that's the easy criteria out there. Simple.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So, RJ, thank you for sharing your insights and ideas with us. Really happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, man. And thank you so much for having me on your show today.
All right. So, and for the listeners, I'll catch you another time.
Bye-bye.
If you want to get people to buy your offer, no matter how much it costs, keep listening. The reason why entrepreneurs could not sell their offer is because they target the wrong customer. And even if they get it right, they still don't know how to sell it, right? So I put together an ebook. It shows you a step-by-step process on how to target the right customer, create a sales message to attract them, and get them to buy your stuff. Amazing, right? So if this is something you're looking for, you can grab it at bit.ly/perfect client ebook. Again, that's bit.ly/perfect client ebook. And if you don't know spelling, the link is in the description below. Grab it now.